Hi, Phil from Flights of Fancy at Pulham again. Well, the day that we were all dreading has arrived. DEFRA has announced a protection zone across a major part of the country, which means that you do have to house your birds. Now, housing your birds to DEFRA doesn't mean keeping them in your chicken house. It means that they have to be kept in a secure, covered area. So they can be in your chicken house, and like this, there's a large pen outside. It's got a roof over it, but it's a wire mesh roof. So that means that you have to put something solid over the top, or not solid, but impermeable over the top. So we actually sell what we call rain shades, which are heavy duty tarpaulins to go on the top of our pens and the runs that are designed to go on our houses. But obviously a lot of people won't have our houses. They'll have various other pens and runs, in which case you can use those, or you can use a builder's tarpaulin or a large sheet of plastic securely tied. Basically speaking, it doesn't matter as long as it's going to stop the birds pooing down. This is a legal requirement, guys. This is not advice. If you're caught with your birds running around in your field after they've declared this protection zone, you are liable to a large fine in the thousands of pounds. Okay, so it's not advice, it's a legal requirement. I'm not trying to sell you things here, I'm trying to tell you things here. Okay, so we've taken care of covering the top of the pen or run. Now we need to sort out a disinfectant foot bath to keep all our feet clean and anything else that's going in and out. Now we're going to use tub trucks for that. They come in various sizes and colours. I'm going to use a big black rubber one because they're nice and stable, and I've got big feet. So we have either of our two disinfectants here, which is Virkon S tablets, 1 tablet for every ½ litre of water, or we have Virocur, which is a powdered form disinfectant, which is 10 grams for every litre. So work out how many litres of water I'm going to put in my foot bath. I would say 5 litres in here, which is roughly a gallon. Okay, because it's better to have it fairly shallow and change it regularly than it is to put it in deep, soaky socks and then not be able to change it for 2 weeks. Okay, so I would do that, 5 litres in there. So you're looking at 10 Virkon S tablets, or 5 times 10 grams of the Virocur. Put that in there. Oops, forgot my health and safety. Right, very important, before you handle disinfectants, which are powerful chemicals at the end of the day, because you want them to kill the pathogens that might affect your birds. On go your gloves. You can use, as I've said before, your washing up marigolds. We've got vinyl gloves, we've got latex gloves on the site, and we've got these heavy duty black rubber gloves as well. So now I'm beautifully attired. If you're using the powdered disinfectant, you can also use a mask, just so that you don't inhale too much of the disinfectant powder, which is never a good idea. So 5 litres of water, so disinfectant in, 5 litres of water. Here we go. There we go, 5 litres of water. Now we're going to pretend that the disinfectants are in there, because I don't want to put 2 types of disinfectant in the same foot bath. Okay, so to disinfect your feet, all you do, 1 foot, and then using carefully placed brush, yes, brush any loose matter off the feet, then do the other one. Again, rinse and repeat, and so that's your feet disinfected. Now that foot bath stays outside the door of your poultry run, and before you go in and when you come out, you dip your feet and scrub any loose rubbish off them. Okay, and that will help make sure that you don't transmit anything in there on your feet. Right, I'm just going to take my rubber gloves off now, because they're terribly bad for my nails. Right, if I can get them off. Whatever you do, if you've been handling disinfectant, don't try and pull them off with your teeth. Right, as we've mentioned before, if you can take pathogens and things in on your feet, then so can little furry friends. So make sure that you take adequate precautions by placing proper licensed designed bait stations around where your birds are and using proper licensed to consumers rat bait, rat or mouse bait. Okay, bait stations should go, you can, if you've got rats, you can see where they are because they tend to leave a little trail where they run. If not, then you put the bait station along the bottom next to a vertical surface because that's where rats run. Okay, so that's that. Now you've got your birds nicely shut up, they're covered, you've got your foot bath in place. What we need to do is to make sure the birds are okay. So, poultry vitamins, make sure your minerals and vitamins are up there, because whatever you put on the top will reduce some of the sunlight coming in, so vitamin D3, all this sort of thing. And also, as ever, the ever-present Organico. We use it all the time. It boosts the immune system. If you don't want your birds to get ill, you want their immune system working well, so Organico. If birds do look a bit miserable and down in the dumps, poultry power drops. They sort of like turbocharge your chickens. If they're looking a bit grumpy down in the dumps, give them some of those and it'll perk them up straight away. Don't forget to do things like put in boredom busters, things to entertain them. You can hang up CDs, preferably Cliff Richard or something like that, you know, that you don't mind getting destroyed. You can hang up some cabbage leaves, anything like that. Weeding the garden, you can put some weeds in there for them, anything that will just keep them occupied for a while. A scatter feed, a handful of corn in will keep them occupied on a wood chip base for hours. As ever, watch the health of your birds. If you notice any of them are ill, swollen heads, swollen glands, looking really miserable, not at all well, then watch them closely. If you have, for example, 2 or 3 birds die within a very short period of time, don't touch them. Don't pick them up with bare hands. Don't pick them up with bare hands. Report it to DEFRA, and then they'll send a nice person out to test them and probably say, no, they died of cabbages or something like that. Right guys, don't forget, we watch the DEFRA website, so you don't have to. Keep up to date by looking at our social media, Instagram, Facebook. Our website is permanently kept up to date. There's people watching it all the time. If you've got any questions that we haven't answered on here, then there's a link to contact us underneath this. Please use it and we'll find somebody to answer you as soon as we can. Thank you very much for watching. Right, well, thank you for watching our video today. If you'd like any more information on the products we've mentioned, check in the description below where there are links. If you'd like to see any more product videos or Ask Phil videos, click here and don't forget to subscribe.